Hey, welcome to Outsmart Your Guitar. Today, in lesson 10 of beginning guitar, we're going to flesh out the bar chord on the 6th string and the 5th string. So let's just get right to it. And be sure to like and subscribe to Outsmart Your Guitar along the way. Looking at form 5, the chord diagram on the left, you'll see we're adding the 2nd finger. You've got your 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers, right? Now you just bring your 2nd finger in on the 3rd string at the 6th fret and play those notes. Now, the 1st and 2nd string, let's talk about that. So rather than do yet another lesson fleshing out the full bar chord rooted on the 6th string, let's discuss it now. All you got to do to get those strings to start sounding is to lay this finger down a little bit more, and you can do that by pulling back on your wrist just a little bit, straightening it out just a tiny bit. And that actually adds a little pressure. See what's going on there as I pull my wrist back? And that usually will get those two notes to sound, okay? And that's the full bar chord on the 6th string. At the bottom of the form 5 chord diagram, you'll see it says major, because now we've given this chord an identity with the addition of the 2nd string, 2nd finger, right? That note is what gives this chord its major identity, because this is a natural 3. Just take my word for it. I'm not going to get deep into theory here. All chords of the major family have a natural 3 in them, and that's what this is, the natural 3. So this is an A major because it's played at the 5th fret, and that's A because that's the root on the 6th string. Okay? Now, let's move everything over one string. Now, you may not get that high E string. That's why I've got an X there. But again, if you pull back on your wrist just a tiny bit and lay that down, you'll probably get that sounding, thereby giving you the full bar chord rooted on the 5th string. Now, the addition of the 2nd finger is also very important because, as you'll see at the bottom, it says minor underneath the form 6. This is the flat 3, and all chords of the minor family have a flat 3 because that flat 3 is what identifies the chord as part of the minor family. All right? So you got major, full bar major on the 6th string root. 5th string root, you have a full bar minor. Both use the same shape. 6th string, major. Move it over, 5th string, minor. All right, pause the video and practice that a little bit. See if you can get those top strings ringing out, okay? Then, after you've done this for a couple minutes, go ahead and press play and we'll keep going. Okay, where would we be without some progressions? Now, again, we're going to be using progressions that we've already used because they're familiar, and this is always good to use the familiar to help you understand stuff. So now we're going to be playing a B, an A, a G, and an A, full major versions. So start with your B, 4 beats. Move to A, to G, back up to A, and start over again. All right, pretty straightforward stuff. Pause the video and practice this. Now you've got all 4 fingers engaged, and you're working on getting those top 2 strings in there as well. So play through this for a couple minutes. Then, once you've done that, restart the video. Here's where it starts to get challenging. We're going to start with form 6. And remember, you got a B here on the 5th string and It's now a minor chord because the 5th string version of this shape is a minor chord. So you start with the B minor, move up and over to the A, down to the G, back to the A, down and over to the B minor. Changes the character of the progression quite a bit, doesn't it? That's the idea. Okay, pause the video, practice this, smooth it out, and don't forget to bring in the metronome and use that to help you flesh it out. Remember, this isn't about how fast you can play this, it's about how well you can play that, and that's about quality of execution. So don't rush through this. Take your time here. This is important stuff because you're building strength and stamina in doing this. All right? Then, once you've done this for a few minutes, restart the video and we'll keep going. I just want to mention, if you look down in the description, you'll see a link to patreon.com, Outsmart Your Guitar. Go on over there, subscribe, and become a patron. In so doing, you'll unlock access to a whole lot of lessons that are not featured here. In addition to lessons that are featured here, some of them are expanded versions of the lessons to give you more. More is good, right? Additionally, you will have access to all the written material for every video lesson. Sound good? All right, let's get back to the lesson. We're going to do the exact same progression, but we're going to do it higher on the fretboard to emphasize the understanding that frets get closer together up here, so your ability to play in tighter quarters, narrower quarters, is important. Here's your 5th string root, E minor, 6th string root, D and C at 10 and 8 respectively. The E minor is on 7, right? So let me play through this. So remember, you're playing here and then moving up and over a string, and then on the way back, you're playing here and moving back and over a string in the opposite direction. So pay attention. Tighter quarters as well. Okay, so pause the video, practice this for a couple minutes, smooth it out, and put it to a metronome at the tempo you're most comfortable and able to play this smooth and flowing. And focus on getting those high E and B strings ringing out along the way. When you're ready to continue, you know what to do. Okay, let's change things up here and throw in a new progression just for fun. Now, we're going to be on the 5th string root, so the shape is minor, and so D minor. We're going to move up 1 fret and over to this form 5. This is A sharp at the 6th fret, 6th string root. Down to G, and then up to A, which you already know. Here's what you're going for. And just keep playing, right? So pause, play through this, get comfortable, tight quarter move, and then hopping over, right? And take your time here. Play this at a tempo that you can execute it smooth and flowing. Put the metronome at that tempo and play along with the metronome to further reinforce your timekeeping skills. All right? Then press play when you're ready to keep going. All right, there you have it. Lesson 10. fleshing out the full bar chord on the 6th string and the full bar chord on the 5th string. Really makes a difference learning the sound of a minor chord. All right, so what you want to do is write down the B minor at 2, the C minor at 3, the D minor at 5, and the E minor at 7 on the little cards. Throw them into the pot with the other chords you've been learning and bring them out. Mix them up. See what you come up with. Play the progressions, put it to a metronome, and have fun with it. See what you come up with. Blending full bar chords with first position chords, because that's what we do when we write music. We don't stay with one style over another with regard to chords. We mix it up, and that's what helps create more interesting music, right? So there you go for this lesson. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the very next lesson. All right, take care.